talking about, me and you were talking about Twilight on one of our weekly calls. And you go, hey, did you know that Edward died of Fergalicious?
Because I couldn't think of the word for what he actually died from, which is...
The Spanish flu?
No, but there's another word for it.
Nope. So that's why it was Fergalicious.
The Spanish flu?
Edward Cullen?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he died of the Spanish flu.
He did, but there was another thing I was mistaking it for.
Actually, it's very
Consumption?
inappropriate to call it
Tuberculosis?
Not
the
tuberculosis.
Spanish flu. Just like...
Influenza?
Not influenza.
You were mistaking it for the plague?
No.
Can you
it
use
had a
it in an
name.
ad-lib sentence? What is the thing that you... Zika? Corona? HIV? AIDS? Syphilis? Gonorrhea?
Tuberculosis, diarrhea of infancy, bacillary
Diphtheria?
dysentery, typhoid.
I love we didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire. It was always
I want to know what's in that brain of yours.
It's
Not
Fergalicious,
much,
the
Lord
end.
Frere, not
I
much.
know. That's why when you find something, I want to know what it is.
How come we don't talk
Encephalitis.
about London Bridge by Fergie enough? How come every time you come around, my London Bridge want to go down? Did you not know where I was going with that? Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. Very slam poet of you.
Y'all are gonna have. You're gonna have to go ahead because now I'm worried about this disease.
Maybe I truly was just trying to say tuberculosis, and I'm like Fergalicious.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense. Tuberculosis. I'm hot.
I'm cough.
And scene. Hey y'all, welcome to Sit Down Loser. We're watching a movie. My name's Dahlia. I'm Sky.
I'm Antonio.
And I'm Ketzel. And we're just four opera ghosts who watch movies that everyone else has watched, except one of us is a loser who hasn't. Today we're watching a movie that shows us that not only is Patrick Wilson hot, but he can sing too. Phantom of the Opera, released in 2004, directed by Joel Schumacher. And today's losers are...
The chaotic duo of me and Dahlia.
I
I
can't
honestly
believe it.
didn't know that. I was like, I'm the loser.
Never met.
I'm
Never
the
met before.
loser.
I thought I was
I
the
didn't
loser,
know
and I thought
that.
I was by myself on that, and I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't know you hadn't seen it.
I haven't
almost was.
seen it.
I was sure you had seen it.
Wait, is Patrick Wilson the
The Phantom?
Phantom?
No.
Okay. I thought I learned something clearly I did
So,
not.
chaos. Chaos reigns.
How dare you do it to him again?
Oop. So why did you guys choose this one?
Tell me.
I want to know why you're wearing sunglasses.
Oh, because you put
I-
sunglasses on.
Ah.
I thought it was a thing.
Yeah, but then Ketzel couldn't find theirs, so I took mine off.
Well, it's
And now
true.
it separates us. Separates us from them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm not mad at it.
why did you pick this movie for us?
Well, it's a musical.
Yeah, baby.
I love musicals.
I do love a good musical.
We're gay, so
I mean,
hey yo,
Hey, yo.
hey yo.
All right.
Yeah, it's a fucking musical. It's not only any musical; it's one of the musicals. I'd say one of the most famous musicals ever.
and yet somehow it has still not like crossed my eyes. I don't even think I've been in the same room as it playing.
You've been in the same city.
Yes. I
Most
have
definitely, but not the same room. So I don't think I've seen any part of this.
I've seen the play. I remember seeing the play with my ex, and since I don't really like my ex, that's why it's blacked out for me.
Fair.
Good reason.
Well, Phantom of the Opera had a very long-standing residency, I guess you want to say. They were
Correct.
here on the,
On the
in
strip,
Vegas,
at
like
the
throughout our
Venetian.
childhood, really.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it jumped around casinos, but it was definitely at the Venetian. I saw it at the Venetian.
Yes. And I never got to see it, which is one of my biggest fucking regrets.
I love it. It's so good, and it is one of the most popular Broadway shows, and it's also the longest running one.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I don't know.
Behind
Cats?
Cats?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. And then not only it being a musical and one of the most popular Broadway shows, this movie, it's an all-star cast, mama.
Not this film.
This film. I also do want to say that this film is like very important to this friendship as well. This because me and Sky, one of the ways we became friends was through Phantom of the Opera, because in PE in 6th grade, well, one of the ways we became friends is that we played Foursquare together, because I called myself the Foursquare Beast.
We should do that this summer since there's 4 of us.
Play Foursquare?
Absolutely.
Y'all got some chalk and a ball?
We can buy
Oh,
some.
we can.
We have money.
We're adults. Oh, yeah.
I have a
Where's the money
Queddy
now?
card.
I have a credit card.
Credit card? Yeah.
Anyway, but me and Sky played Foursquare, but then, and I remember in the locker room, she had the Phantom on her binder, and in the locker room I was like, "Who that?" And she's like, "That's the Phantom." And
Mama,
I was
that's
like,
the
"Ah."
Phantom.
Mama, that's the Phantom. And then we started like striking up a conversation, and it was one of the ways that we became friends.
That was in 6th grade.
Because you had such a crush on Phantom.
He was hot.
Yeah,
Was that your
great.
guys' like first
Ace.
meeting?
Foursquare was the first meeting,
Yeah.
but I feel like the first proper conversation was about the Phantom.
Because we had lockers next to each other.
But anyway, this holds a special place in my heart for that.
Yeah, mine too.
You're like, I guess mine too.
No, it's mine too. I mean, Lindsay, as we all know,
Lindsay.
my aunt, who is musical queen.
The musical lover.
She made me go see Cats in theaters, and that was the first movie I saw of 2020. So it kind of made sense with how that year went. But yeah, we see a lot of musicals together and stuff. And she showed me this movie. We watched this movie together, and I don't know. It's good memories. And when I watch this movie, it's so like what's the word?
Nostalgic?
Nostalgic. Thank you for me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. And then in band also we played a medley of Phantom. So
Wow. And
it's also nostalgic. It's just a middle school nostalgia.
this came out
all
in
around.
2004, so we were like, I don't know, 10, 11.
But I'm curious. I know you've seen the play, Dahlia, but so we'll get to you next because I guess you know some of the plot. But Antonio, what do you know?
Jack Squat. I don't know Jack.
Jack Frost.
you don't know anything about this movie?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know that it's a ghost apparently, and probably some sort of like romantic scorning is involved, and it's a musical, and the opera's involved. That's about it.
At the opera tonight.
I accidentally glanced at the actor list, and I now know more than I did 10 minutes ago.
Well,
Yeah.
we're about to go over that. Anyway, Dahlia, what do you know about this movie?
I blacked it out, man. I blacked it out. Okay.
Oh my!
It was probably one of the cooler things that we did together, me and my ex, I guess. I remember here there was a whole, like, the whole grandiose thing about it was that the chandelier fell. But I don't even think that that's part of the actual movie. It's part of the play. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's like a person that's living in the sewer. And he's in love with somebody and it's unrequited. And then there's singing. And I don't remember if anybody dies. I feel like they don't. Clearly, I don't remember a lot. But
I heard sewer and unrequited love. I was like, that's the same storyline as like fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was gonna say it, Raphael over there, Michelangelo.
A pizza gets slipped through a fucking sewer grate. I was
They
like,
live happily ever after.
he lives in the
end.
sewer?
I mean, I don't know. This is like the oldie world. It's not like with electricity,
Oldie
right?
world?
Like they have candlelight. It's candlelights. That's the era of this.
All right. Anyway,
They're really doing
cute.
something to y'all.
So I'll go over the scores before we get into the list of actors. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 33%. Audiences
Ooh.
gave it an 84%, and then Google users gave it an 87%.
So
It
audiences
shows you.
like this.
Audiences like it, but like for a film,
Critically acclaimed? No.
Yeah.
by no means.
Overall,
But
it's
love?
a
Yes.
C. Looks like weighted.
Maybe a D.
it hurts me to see that. You know what I mean? It just hurts me to see the critics do that to this movie.
Yeah,
I understand why, but it hurts me.
Yeah.
clearly it looks like a fan favorite, so I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes is doing. What are y'all doing there? But you're not wrong about Morbius, because I saw that was like a 18% or 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, I knew it.
Wait, did you see it?
Oh no, I just saw that it was rated like on an article somewhere, and I was like,
Are we surprised?
no.
No.
Nar.
But at least hopefully soon we can stop seeing that trailer everywhere, because boy,
Is it
howdy.
out? Is it out? Does
Yeah,
anyone-
it came out
It's
Friday.
out.
It's out, and I'm still getting commercials.
Well, you will.
You will till it's like not in
Done
theaters
until it's like
anymore.
no longer in theaters. But I think the stank of Suicide Squad really like killed the chance of it ever doing anything.
Wait, what?
That's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz, baby.
Anyway, speaking of showbiz, the list of actors.
Yes, it's
Who's in it?
Gerard Butler.
The original Gladiator. Just kidding.
I've seen his butt.
When?
He was also in that sad romantic movie
What
where
is
he
it?
dies,
Law-abiding
right?
citizen.
P.S. I love you.
Wait, he dies in that?
Wait, what? Did I spoil it for you?
I've never seen that movie.
Oh,
But
you
now I
see
know.
it. You see it right at the beginning.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this much: anything that says "P.S. I love you" and the guy's laying down on his like side looking at her, yeah, there's probably some sad times ahead.
Mama, that's death.
Mama, that's a death. That's grieving.
That's
Gerard.
gravy. That's gravy. Yeah, well, I have lots of words about Mr. Butler later. We have Emmy Rossum.
The name sounds so familiar, but for whatever reason, the only name that comes or only face that comes to mind is Rachel McAdams. I don't know why.
I think maybe once you see her,
I'll know. Who,
yeah,
I
you'll
know
like-
who
you'll
she
clock her.
is. But can someone tell me what she
yeah.
was in anything else?
She's in Shameless.
Thank you. She's the daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, that name sounds so familiar. I know it's there, and I'm pretty sure it kind of looks like fucking, Rachel McAdams, but not quite.
And then we got
Anyway,
Patrick Wilson,
Patricio.
Minty Driver, Minnie Driver,
Love Minnie Driver,
and Miranda Richardson.
who is one of those names that I also know but cannot place.
She's in Sleepy Hollow.
Is Minnie Driver English?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
And
from
Miranda
the
Richardson-
UK. I know. I don't know if she's like English proper or she's something else there.
I'll remember her when I see her face.
Yeah, he will.
I know her name.
Miranda Richardson's also Rita Skeeter in Harry Potter.
Oh, yes.
Rita Skeeter.
Thank
That's
you.
where you would know. I knew her from Sleepy Hollow.
Did you say Reader Skeeter?
Skirt, skirt.
Start.
I may have. I'm a little tipsy.
Rita Skeezy.
Reader Skeet Skeet.
Look, we should all aspire to be as tipsy as Q right now.
They said they was gonna be drunk all day.
Not all day.
All day, all day. Wait. All day, all day. Wait.
What are you trying to do?
All day, every day is what I was trying to
All
say.
That's
day,
what you were
every
trying to
day,
do?
Everywhere at once.
Yes.
Wow. That took you like 3 times. You're
I
like, all
had
day,
to-
all day. Wait. All day, all day. Wait.
Wait.
Anyway, do y'all have expectations or not?
I know I'm gonna like it.
I'm sure it's gonna be good.
I want to see Gerard's butt.
Oh, it's not.
You
in
don't
this.
see it in this.
It's not in this.
It's not in this.
Sorry, spoiler alert. You
No,
don't
it's
see it in
okay.
this.
That means I can still have my same expectations of seeing Gerard. Period.
Can you remember any of the songs?
Nope.
Just the
Nope.
main one, right?
Nope.
Well, you've been doing it.
Oh, and
been
besides
doing it
the
the whole day.
See,
but like
honestly,
I don't know.
I just thought that was a generic like tune.
But is it a score or is it a song that someone's singing?
It's like the
both.
Jaws theme.
It's
Everybody
both.
knows the Jaws theme, right?
I think we should go.
I think we should go to commercial.
Yeah. Stella, take us out.
She's already out.
She's been out. She's gone.
She's gone.
She gorn.
She's gone after lunch.
She's
gorn
She's
girl.
gone, girl.
What is it?
The
Some
girls
girls.
who
Oh, the girls who
the girls
girl. The girls
don't
who
gorn.
girled. Gorned.
Y'all were making fun of me.
Huh?
Y'all are making fun of me. I
Oh,
don't know
the
what
girls who
fuck y'all
girl
are about.
gorl. The girls who girled gornt.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. I got there. I was like, I had to think.
Poetry.
And with that, guys, we're gonna go watch this movie. Bye.
She was a movie. She was a
film.
hefty gal. She made me cry.
She was a brick house.
You made me cry.
Sorry.
Wait, you cried too?
I looked at Ketzel and I was like, stop it.
And she was like,
And then
"Stop it! You're gonna make me cry." You were teary in
And it
some
made me
parts.
tear up.
You were teary in other parts, though.
I was like this and then I was like this. So yeah, I was
Did you cry?
feeling it.
I did not cry, but I did feel some emotions
Ah!
around the same time that they were crying.
Emotions.
A lot.
I didn't expect all that, Antonelli.
I had
I'm
had
shocked.
some really strong emotions throughout this whole movie.
Yes, me too. And this is my first time watching it as a full-fledged adult, and I have a lot of thoughts as well.
Me too.
I have so many
Oop,
So many
Not-
things to say.
some takes.
I have some takes.
I love this, and I'm still a little zooted, so I'm like social network. I'm gonna carry us.
Social workers.
Like social workers, I'm gonna carry all of this on my back.
Thank you. I need some guidance on
What a
this journey.
fine carriage. You're going to carry us all.
What fine boiled potatoes.
What excellent
Boiled
boiled
potatoes.
potatoes.
I can't believe that's like such a quote that just sticks in everyone's brain.
I'm gonna get that on a shirt for you guys.
Please.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Merch.
Merch.
Oh, not for us. Like just for you three.
Honestly, it's like
Merch.
it's delivery. It's like, you know those lines that just you wouldn't think stick, but it just fucking stuck. It's stoked.
What excellent boiled potatoes.
It's stuck so much it's stoke.
It's stoked.
I want it.
It's stuck.
I want like the words around like what is it, like a casserole dish of just like potatoes decorated with parsley.
cute.
Stella, take notes, please.
Love.
Like
Stella,
you said
jot that down.
casserole dish.
Yeah, like a casserole
And it
dish.
says it on the side, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cute.
On like the top
What?
and
We could
bottom.
do that. We
Excellent
we could do
boiled
this.
potatoes.
We could make it in Canva and then put it on a shirt on Redbubble.
no,
I
he's
don't-
talking
I don't
about a
have to-
literal casserole dish.
I could do calligraphy with
or are you talking about a shirt design?
a shirt design,
a
but
certain
also
font.
Oh, I was
I could
thinking
totally
a literal
go for a casserole,
I
like
love
a
that.
custom
That's
casserole
awesome.
dish. That's
I was
way
like, we
cooler.
could sell that on Etsy and we'd make some money.
Y'all,
What
are we
excellent
going
boiled
a little
potatoes.
off base?
Yeah, we are.
No.
Cancel, take it away, please.
I was like, potatoes.
I-
Potato. Hello. Yes. So we begin
We're back.
in Paris, 1919. And it's the flashbacky scenes because this goes back and forth between flashbacks of some old ass folks who are young in the flashbacks, obviously, because that's how flashbacks work. And they're visiting.
She's black and gray.
Yeah, they're black and gray. They're visiting the abandoned opera
I feel
house.
like it's
Go ahead.
I feel like it's a better way of putting it that they're like flash forwards because the majority
Yeah.
of the movie, and like they flash forward sort of to this, but we open in a flash forward.
Yeah, I guess, that'd be a better way. It's a flash forward, and they're at an abandoned opera house, which is holding an auction for all these items. And we have elderly Patrick's. I almost said Patrick Stewart. Nope.
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. No, not that.
Also, a movie about a ghost.
Also a ghost movie.
You
That's
stop
an
that right
actual
now.
ghost.
Stop that right now.
All right, I've never seen
All
that.
right, I'm sorry.
I've
I'm
also
sorry.
never seen that. I know it's on the list.
I haven't paid attention
I
or
don't
I
think
haven't
any
seen
of us
it.
have seen it, right?
I've seen Ghost a long,
I've been in the
long
same
time
room,
ago.
I think.
I would say
Anyway.
that I don't recognize that movie as much, except for the scene that we all
Oh,
probably
the sexy
know.
scene.
Pottery scene.
Beth Gers.
So it's elderly Patrick Wilson is trying to bid against an elderly Madame Giry, who is played
Meg.
by, I don't know who the actress's name.
Miranda Richards.
No, Miranda Richardson is the
Miranda
mom.
Richardson.
Oh, so that that would make more sense. So that's the daughter.
Yeah,
The daughter,
that's
yeah.
Meg.
It's Meg Giry.
Anyway, but they're trying to get this little music box, a little monkey on top, and this is very important. This is a detail that is very important later on, as it comes up a lot. And they're saying, oh, there's this big event that happened where the chandelier fell down, and we restored it. And then right when they show like the restored chandelier, it does the, back to the flashback or like earlier, and the fucking blast of the Phantom of the Opera music is so powerful. It's
It was
so iconic.
so
It is
loud.
it is very strong
So
and
good.
very powerful, and I can
You know
100%
that
understand.
what is that scene of that? There's a movie or something, or a scene of some sort of thing where this guy's just sitting on the chair and the music is just blasting in his face and he's like being pushed back by all the
Ratatouille?
audio. That's what it felt. That's what it felt like. I felt like I was being pushed back, like dun, 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 like in my face, like
I too was transforming into a beautiful younger version of
I
myself.
was
Oh my
traveling
God.
through time. My goodness.
I will say, watching it, like I remember seeing it at the Venetian, like the actual show. It's just as cool.
Really?
You remember?
Yeah,
I do.
it's just as cool. Like it's all like kind of muted tones in the beginning, and then when they unveil the chandelier and it's starting to go up and the music's swelling and everyone's it's so cool.
That's so fucking cool.
I gotta find a video on YouTube.
I'm sure. I want to watch it.
I think while we were looking for where to watch this, speaking of which, please sponsor us. We are looking for ways to fund the rented movies better. But I guess they must have released like a DVD release of the actual play in 2011.
Of like the Broadway.
The Broadway thing. So-
There's so many ways you can watch it. I know there's Broadway HD. That's like a streaming service of like different shows you can stream on that were on Broadway.
Man.
So, yeah, that fucking scene is powerful. The transitions into the, like, back in 1870 is so fucking gorgeous. And we are seeing the younger theater, and they have just been taken over by the new managers, Monsieur Farman and Monsieur Andre. And they bring their patron, Mr. Raoul, played by Patrick Swayze, Patrick Stewart, Patrick Wilson. Who we had some thoughts
Patrick
about.
Swayze Stewart Wilson.
Which we had some thoughts. We didn't like his hair.
I didn't like his hair.
I'm not mad at his hair. I have seen so many worse haircuts in like the past recent years that I honestly just the clean cut and the length of it all. I was like, I'm not mad at this.
No, it wasn't
very-
terrible. I think you're right because you pointed out, was it tucked behind the ears kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what did it for me. But maybe it's because it made him look like a young child, and I'm just like, please put it back in a ponytail so you can look like a man.
Oh.
And for
Damn.
that time, it was right.
I
Period.
think
But
for
to be
that
clear.
time, it was a very it was a period style.
It was 1870s, okay? It was fine then to have a ponytail and be a man.
We couldn't have fades back then.
Yeah, we couldn't all
Nah,
have
son.
pomps and fades.
But he was a handsome man, and he looked like the real life beast.
Human beast.
Human
The
beast.
real life beast.
I'm a little zooted.
Yep. It for me, I every single time I see him, I'm like, this fucking little dweeb. He's so not pretty, but like he's like a child. And then I'm like,
He's just so clean.
he's so clean and so soft. And like when you see like the Phantom, it's like, ooh, like that's a man. Creepy man,
Where
but man.
the Phantom is rough trade. Our boy Raoul is fucking like virginal, basically.
He's a little twink. He's a virgin little twink.
If you don't know what that means, you're in the wrong podcast.
If you know, you know.
Friend.
But we meet Raul, who's getting, and he introduces him to the cast, who's getting ready to do a production with Carlotta, played by Minnie Driver, who is a fucking prima donna girl. An absolute diva. But
And she wants everybody to suck her puss because she's like, I'm the star. Let's be real. Let's be real. She was just like, kiss my feet, grovel, or else I'm leaving.
kiss my feet, grovel, suck my puss.
TM.
I'm pretty sure you didn't need to do that. I don't think anybody's gonna take that.
But didn't she not expect everybody to grovel? She's like, new managers. Okay, but I'm leaving now. Goodbye. Get my dog. And she's just like,
You get my doggy, get my boxy, is what she says.
yeah. And then they're like, I have to talk her up. I have to talk her up so she knows that we know that she's a star. Because she's a prima donna girl.
Whoa. Yes, that part.
But you're right.
But at the same time, the whispered opera ghost is doing some shenanigans all up in the opera. And it's doing this sort of to sabotage Carlotta. So Carlotta fucking quits. And one of the dancers, Christine, played by Emmy Rossum, stands in and fucking sings the house down boots, yes, God. And her fucking voice is so beautiful. And her look, that like beautiful little like stars in her hair and that beautiful...
Angelic.
She is the moment.
Like,
What a performance. Honestly, I did not know this about Emmy Rossum.
You're a
that
stan.
She could sing. I was like, I only know her of like Shameless Fame, and I was like, she looks like a Pretty Little Liar, basically. She has that like same, look about her, but I didn't know she could sing like that. I thought it was like a really bad like off sync lip sync, but apparently everyone in this movie sings their parts. The only person who does not sing opera is Minnie Driver, but she's an actual like star, so she sings a song, but it's not opera. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know Emmy Rossum had that sort of talent.
talent.
She fucking, yeah.
With a capital T.
Like, Sky, she's classically trained, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, like, she's amazing.
Right?
Like, every time she hit those high notes, it's just fucking goosebumps. It's good stuff.
It was amazing. If you don't watch the movie, just watch that scene.
Just gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Glowy. But it turns out that Raul and Christine had been BFFs in childhood, and so like they reconnect, and after the show she's like, while you were gone, I got kind of like tutored by this angel of music. I think it's my dead dad, actually, and he's been teaching me how to sing. And he's like, okay.
That's cool.
That's cool.
LOL, okay.
That's awesome.
Well, okay, let's go get some din din.
Let's get some dim sum.
So
Oh.
he leaves. He leaves and he's like, I'll be right back. You just get changed and then we'll go. And then she's like, but then he's already gone.
And
And then she
Go ahead.
says, she's like, what is that? And then some singing occurs and it's like this recurring song, Angel of Music. And yeah, it turns out the fucking Phantom of the Opera is like the inventor of two-way mirrors because he pops up behind the mirror and we're all like, what? And then he takes her behind the mirror into his dungeons because he has like
His world of night.
dungeons. I don't think I was too far off saying that there was sewers because like obviously
Yeah,
it was
I was like, oh, not so much sewers, so much as like catacombs or like.
the underneath where water flows. And yeah, he was like, come with me. And then I just the sing to me.
oh yeah, that's
I can just never unhear that now. But he was like, they were singing so beautifully together. And she finally found out like, who this mysterious tutor and like voice was. And it was the Phantom of the Opera, who is Gerard Butler. And he has a mask on his face. And he's just like, stay with me forever.
and he'd like to keep it on, please. Very important to him.
I too would like to keep it on.
I would like him to keep it on as well. And let me tell you, when I first watched this movie, when we were young teenagers, and he grabs her hand and Phantom of the Opera plays, and he keeps looking at her, I remember turning to the sky and being like, my man is smizing. Do you guys remember what smizing is?
But of course,
I'm like, he is smizing. He is smoldering. I am in love. In love.
I don't know what smizing is.
It's when you
it's
smile.
smiling with your
It's
eyes.
from Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model. It's like you gotta smize like this. You gotta, you know. Well, this isn't not. Oh, now it's a visual medium.
I don't know how to do that.
You look like you're in pain.
I am in pain. I don't know how to
So what
smile.
you do is like you kind of tilt your head down a little bit, and you tilt your eye. You like squint your eyes a little bit, and you
You
smolder.
squint just a little bit.
Yeah.
You still look like you're in pain.
You don't.
You look like
smile,
you're
you
in
smile
pain
with
and
your eyes.
confused about it.
I'm gonna have to work on my smizing.
It's giving confusion.
You're giving confusion.
You're giving confusion and pain. Which, well, I think that's fitting.
That's very Antonio. That's very on brand.
It tracks.
Stop doing it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Look into the
It's
camera.
making me itchy.
It's like confusion is my like super effective attack on you.
What?
It's super effective.
Like, I think I have hives.
I feel
But
ill.
yeah,
I feel sick.
Feel sick.
Me,
The
when you said words
Phantom.
like "suck my puss."
Listen,
the Phantom
the Phantom.
would like to keep it on.
The Phantom would like to keep it on.
Please.
And he's like, as a teenager, his hotness took, precedence over everything. But, obviously as an adult, Antonio Point clocked this very early on. It's like, wait a second. Let me do the math here. So he's been tutoring her since she was 7. So how much older is he? And I'm like, you're not wrong.
He's about the same age as Madame Geary.
Yes.
Geary?
Jiri.
And that
Madame
is what we call in the business
That-
grooming.
Oh, don't say business and grooming for that. That's what you call it.
That's what you call
Grooming.
it.
Which is disturbing.
It is disturbing.
It's so disturbing.
As a teenager, though.
And yes. But let me be clear right now that we saw Mr. Phantom and he was wearing a mask, so we couldn't see half of his face. He looked like a young man. But he was also wearing a wig, which we'll find out later and talk about
you
later.
really can't get over the fact that he was wearing a wig. That really got
I
you.
can't
All
get
right,
over
all right,
the
all right,
wig.
all right. Okay.
So
Moving on.
So
Moving on.
he takes her to the lair, right, of his darkness, where he has all his music stuff because he's a musical genius. They sing to each other, and then he's like, "Let me show you all the cool things I have, including a mannequin of you wearing a wedding outfit." And she passes out.
My Lego
What?
set.
My pièce de
My
resistance.
Star Wars Lego set. Of the Opera House.
My collectible
Please.
Hot Wheels is what I have for you.
And she's like,
And
and she faints.
And she passes out. And by the way, the sexual tension between them is beautiful, hot.
Cutting it with a knife, truly.
Once I latched onto grooming, I was mad for a lot of this movie.
I know you were,
Yes, me too.
understandably.
I was like, I don't think even with the wig and mask and everything, I was like, nope, that's a much older man. And she's
That's
playing
fair.
a much younger, ingenue than, obviously she is.
You know what, Antonio? You are so correct.
You are correct. But Gerard Butler
However.
is really hot.
Dude, and let me tell you something. I've seen him in so many other things, and I'm like, meh.
It's this getup.
But for some reason, I think it literally is the whole dark and brooding and the fucking gloves, the leather gloves he wears. I was like, oh,
You're like, hello, Kylo Ren.
It's very dominate. He's so dominating.
yeah, there it is. And the whole being good with ropes.
Yeah, and the
I'm
leather
just
and
saying.
ropes, and he's controlling, but it's kind of sexy.
But here's the thing. I get
get
it.
it.
I understand
I
why
get
it's
it.
wrong.
I get it. But I'm saying,
I see the error of my ways, but I'm just explaining why it.
No, I get it. No, for what the original source material is and all the fun stuff. It's the same thing when people were talking about Lolita. the book, I think,
I
which
have-
I actually know very, very little about.
Me too,
didn't
but I
know that
now know,
I now
and I know it's bad.
I know it's not.
But a lot of people romanticize it.
And
I
that's
think.
where this is like for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I just think like me and my age now would like to fuck the Phantom. We're fine. We're on an evil playing
oh, that's
field.
You're allowed to make your own
100%,
bad
but would he be
decisions.
interested in you?
As an adult?
No,
Because Ketzel
And
can't
that's
sing.
where that's
Ketzel
a
cannot sing.
problem.
So he'd be like, skirt. No.
I've been,
Hangs himself to escape the situation.
Shut the fuck up.
I've been
dude.
trying to hit those notes that she's hitting, and would not go well for me.
But everybody thinks she's missing in the meantime, and they're like, "Where are you?" And everyone's like, "Wow, wow, wow!" And she returns safely. She's fine. The Phantom delivers like a series of notes to like 500 people, and the management is like, hey, you need to make her the fucking lead instead of Carlotta. Carlotta can be the silent role." And they're like, absolutely not. And then Carlotta's like, absolutely not. And then they, of course, follow Carlotta's lead because she's the star, right?
She's a prima donna girl.
And they make
Okay,
truly.
Jigsaw. Like
Truly.
5 million different notes for different people. All of you have to play a different part.
I'd like to play a game.
He's like, and if I wasn't clear, here is the second of the fifth notes. Like, make her the lead. And you know what the management does? They're like, nah, I think we're going to do Carlotta as the lead. And everyone's like, oh my, Miss Dae, like, it must be her. Give her this flower. And then, you know, even then, still, they're like, we're still going to make Carlotta the
Yeah,
lead.
even though the Phantom said, if you don't do what I say, I will make something very, very bad happen.
Bad things.
Very bad.
I'm going to
thing.
be naughty.
I know, and you'll never see me be nice. I can be your Angle,
Just,
or I can be your Damon. I mean your angle of music.
it's just... Just call me Angle.
There's the episode title.
I can be your angle of music. Yes. Beautiful.
Oh my god. But yeah, so Carlotta does take the lead, and what's her face? Christine is the page boy, silent, and everybody's having a good time up until the Phantom switches the little spray that goes into what's her face's what do you call it? Carlotta's like mouth
Throat.
spray. I don't know,
It's
throat
like her,
spray
like- yeah.
for singing.
I don't know. It looked
For
like just
singing.
like fucking red. I'm like, what? I don't know what
Perfume
it was.
water.
It's like
So-
it's probably like you know how some singers drink like tea
Throat coat.
or like they have like throat.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
very like
that kind of
viscous like whatever it is to coat your throat so it stays like hydrated, whatever. But like he switches that and she starts like croaking, and then in the middle of the whole thing they're like, oh god, we got to stop this right now. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna switch with Christine's gonna take the lead now, and everybody's fine with that. But before that happens, a fucking stagehand gets hanged. This is, I think, the true nature of the Phantom. He just likes to hang people. A murderer.
That's what we
A
call them.
murderer. Y'all like a murderer?
Yeah.
That's your man's. So,
On brand.
on brand. So, yeah.
Have you seen
And-
Gilligan Martin? He's a murderer.
Oh, God.
Have you seen Chris Evans?
Murderer.
East?
His own grandfather?
His own grandpappy. Murdered.
It's
And we were like,
He tried to.
it's just too much. So, like, in this emergency intermission, Christine goes up to the roof. Raul follows her, and she's like, oh, God. And then they start singing this beautiful, beautiful song where they just profess their love for one another. And it's just so amazing. Unfortunately, the Phantom's there to hear it all. So he's just like, oh. But then where I was, like, so enamored by the whole, like, share your love with me forever and ever.
I feel like you got a little teary there, but I also got teary there.
forever and ever.
It was good. I fell in love. I was like, oh,
I love
they
this
should,
journey for them.
They should end up together.
Raul's
They
sweet.
absolutely should. They look like they care.
He's so sweet.
Raul's the man you marry.
Mhm.
Raul is the man you marry. I'm not going to finish the rest of that.
I know who'd I fuck
Wink.
though. I'll marry Raul though.
Me.
There it is.
I'll marry Raul though.
So the Phantom is
Who gets the bullet? Who gets the condom?
Oh God. Okay. Sad and hurt, the Phantom vows revenge on the fucking both of them. He's like, "You fools!" Revenge.
Later, it fast forwards a little bit. And they're New Year's 3 months later. There's a big masquerade ball, which that scene is camp, mama. That scene is camp.
Oh, it's so
love
good.
that
It's
scene.
like Baz Luhrmann
Yes.
level
It's good, right?
stuff. I was
Good
like,
shit.
ooh. Men with fans. You know, some people were, I believe, cross-dressing. There was
Voguing.
voguing. That's what I was looking for. I was like, there was voguing involved. Everyone's in black and white. I love a good masquerade. I want to go to a masquerade.
Painted faces on parade.
Masquerade.
Right? That's what they say.
Yes.
I love that. That was so amazing. So theatrical.
It's such a
I
good
think
scene.
just what we needed.
It's a great scene.
A good palate cleanser, I think.
And it's also very
With all the
powerful.
hurt.
Like when they're all going
Yeah.
down the stairs and it's like just a
that's my
blast
favorite
of
part.
like just them singing Masquerade. Oh, I'm gay.
Reveal the secret, Antonio. Reveal the secret.
What?
They're secretly engaged now.
So no, what secret?
What secret?
Keep it secret.
Keep it
Keep
safe.
it safe.
So yes, Chris.
Keep it safe.
So during this masquerade, the Phantom arrives dressed all in red, whereas everyone's like in beautiful blacks and whites and a little bit of golds.
Ooh.
And our man's is in red.
Mama, that's camp.
Mama, that's
And his mask is like a skull.
He
It's
commands
fucking
that-
sick.
They perform his play, which is Don Juan.
Yes.
And he confronts Christine and sees that she has a ring around a chain on her neck.
He said, "You're chained to me."
And during this time, Raoul decides to go and grab a sword so he can confront the Phantom and maybe potentially like take him down.
Take him.
But then
Take him.
oh,
take him
twist.
down.
Get
Take
him.
him down. Anyways, so the Phantom has rigged some of the
stairs.
staircase.
Yeah.
There's like a landing on the staircase for smoke and mirrors, and he drops through the floor into a hall of mirrors, and Raoul chases him there and is trying to fight the Phantom, who's like just dashing in between the mirrors and everything like
He's
that.
like, "Tee."
And finally, Raoul's stopped by Madame Giry, and she pulls him out of there so that way he can get out of, the
Right.
catacombs.
Yeah, and I think at this point, this is where we learn that Madame Giry has kind of a hand in this creation of the Phantom, because it's actually very sad. Like his origin story, basically. She's like, "I know what's happening, and I know this guy because I saved him." And we flash back further into the past, because this is a flashback of a flashback, I guess. And she was like, "I was but a young gal learning the ballet." So this freak show comes into town, they go, and then they see that there's like all these people, they're all laughing, it's like crazy and wild. And then there's a devil child exhibit. There's a devil child with a bag on his head. It's a boy. And here comes the lead guy, he takes the bag off. Everybody's like cackling and cackling at this poor boy, so sad, because he's disfigured on his face. We don't see it in the movie, but you can tell that Madame Giry is like upset about it. And she's the last one to leave the room as people leave the exhibit. And yeah, the devil child strangles the lead guy who comes to take the bag off his head, which I feel like is warranted. It's sad. He's profiting off of cruelty. And so Madame Giry, in pity, helps the boy escape, and she takes him to like the catacombs of the opera house where she's staying in the dormitories. And yeah, he's basically the Phantom from that day on, like lives there. It's his playground. And then she says that he's like a genius. He's a musician, composer, magician, all things that we hate.
Absolutely.
And
Just missing the final piece of the puzzle.
Mime.
this is where we learn kind of, they're
Thank you.
they're like the same age. So like obviously it's been many years. He's obviously very older. And yeah, so basically that whole story is explained. We feel sad, but not really, because
He's a murderer.
I
He's a
feel
He's a
murderer.
murderer and a
sad.
mischievous motherfucker.
they're preparing still to appease the Phantom with his play that he has created, and have Christina's lead because they want to lure him in and taketh him. They have like the police ready, and they're like, okay, well, Christine's gonna perform. It's his play, and if she's performing, he's gonna come. So they have that ready to go.
And you know what? She performs, and he do come. He replaces himself, and they're singing, and it's actually very beautiful. It's very like, I don't know. I want to feel bad, and I don't feel bad. It was very hard to like suss out my feelings, because obviously like he longs for her. She has some respect for him, but he's wronged her, and she denied him. There is, I don't know, I don't want to say sexual tension exactly, but there is some tension there. And yeah, so then I guess they give the signal. They're like, that's him, there he is. But right before the big bad happens, because the big bad happens, they were singing this beautiful, beautiful song together, and she rips off his mask. And then we find out he was wearing a wig!
What are your thoughts on the reveal, folks, having never seen it?
He did cover his face pretty well. I thought that I caught his face earlier.
Yeah,
I did not.
honestly, so the first time she does take off his mask super early on, but like I was like, I don't see anything wrong with it, but I guess there was either movie magic or they didn't show anything really. But this one I was like, yeah, that's a little bit on the grotesque side.
Jesus. No, I when the first time I saw it, I was like, it can't be that bad. I was like, it's fine. Then he took off the mask and I was like, ew.
So while we were trying to find this movie, I did see like other versions of him, of the Phantom, from like the other adaptations, and I was like, they really did not lean into how ugly he could be or was portrayed in other ones, so they really scaled it back as to how bad it is
In this film, you mean?
in this specific film compared to some of these other ones, because some of them
Gotcha.
he looks like, Nosferatu.
Yeah, he's like in the book. Have y'all read the book?
Didn't they say he had like a hole in his
Yeah,
face?
so
Yeah.
it looks like
He basically is
like a
Voldemort.
skull, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's really crazy. The book description.
I guess that's why they put so much like
It's like Two-Face.
figures of skulls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah,
Like
Dark
just
Knight,
very,
yeah.
very,
Thank
very,
you, Ketzel.
very, very grotesque.
Because that's the only way I can imagine, like, the skull-looking thing on half, yeah. It's still, ugh.
Yeah, the first time I was like, oh, he was missing an eyebrow.
Is what it seemed like.
Yeah. But no, absolutely, like very, very big shock. And his face was definitely a lot more disfigured than we were led to believe. But then the wig.
The wig.
The wig is what really.
She
keeps
was
coming
wearing.
back to that
Okay.
wig, guys.
Let me explain. If you haven't seen it, you're just listening to this. Like, he looks very handsome in this very black, like slicked back look. Gerard Butler. This hair, and I was led to believe that was his actual hair.
I was misled,
Like his hair-
bamboozled,
like he took-
led astray.
She was under the impression that like he took care
That
of
was
his
his
hair
real
and just
hair.
couldn't fix his face. But the reality was it was all bad.
So yeah, the whole facade the mask came off, the wig came off, and then suddenly more disfigured than we thought. And then he has like very patchy hair. It's obviously like not very black as it was, in earlier in the movie, because it's a wig, and like it's
Hey folks, I'm gonna just chime in here. Take a shot every time Dahlia said wig.
and it's like whiter. It's like lighter brown, also kind of maybe like white, because he's on the older side. So you really do see the age and the story, and you're like, now it makes so much sense.
I thought he was
But
just
the rest
blonde.
of the movie, I think
I did
I
too.
was
I
going
don't.
blonde.
I thought
I
it was
was
going
like
with
brownie. I don't know. Maybe not pigmented. I don't know if it was blonde. I couldn't really
He
tell.
bleached his hair.
There's just so much like lighting happening, but like for the rest of the movie, you see most of the lighting happening on the disfigured side of his face. But yeah, that was a big reveal, so crazy and intense. And they both, like, as she pulls, all his stuff off, like he like has a sword or whatever, or like he cuts a line, and then they both fall down into like the basement of the place, and then he leads her back to the lair. Everybody's like scrambling. The fucking chandelier falls, and that was the biggest like thing of the movie because, again, as we flash forward into time, the chandelier was also on auction, as well as the monkey with the symbols.
You were aghast, bro. When the chandelier fell, you were like, ah!
I was like screaming internally.
I'll tell you, it's also cool when it falls in the actual
God, I
show.
can't imagine.
Yeah. I do remember. That's the only thing I remember.
Because it's
the
so-
lights turn off and then you're
It's
like,
crazy.
"Ah!"
It's a good show. Like, watching this movie, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could see it again. Like, I wish it was still
In
here.
real life, yeah.
I think it was at the Smith Center
Mm.
like
Oh,
2 years ago,
I
and
don't
I
think you're
really,
wrong,
really
yeah.
wanted to go.
It was very, very good. So when that's all, everybody's scrambling, everybody's running away. Madame Giry's like, I'm going to take you, Raoul, to where you need to go because she knows the Phantom. She knows the layout of the place. And then she tells Meg to stay behind. And then Raoul like finds his way to the lair. The Phantom is trying to like convince Christine to marry him. And at this point, Raoul's like, wait, don't hurt her. And then he gets trapped. And it's very sad.
Can I say something?
Please.
Okay, so okay, listen. When Raoul was like tied up to like the thing with the rope when
Right.
the Phantom was like doing his little thing,
When
I
he
was
was
like,
doing his BDSM stuff.
yeah, I was like, well, I'm kind of into that. I was like, Raoul
Leave.
looks good there.
That see-through
Oh,
shirt.
you like that?
I was like, oh, okay.
Actually, his wet hair.
Wet shirt.
I know we
wet
were talking
hair,
about
some
his hair.
rope.
Tied up, I was like,
I mean, his hair wet looked good on him. Anyway,
anyway, that's all I
that's
wanted.
very kinky, Sky. Thank you.
That's
But he
true.
was tied up on that fence, and he was like, "Leave her alone." And then
And the Phantom was like, no.
Phantom's like, either she loves you and you die, or she loves me and we go.
And you die.
And he's like,
don't lie
And
to
that's all,
him.
period.
no, I
Don't
don't think
lie
he was
to
gonna
him.
kill him.
Let me die.
Yeah. And he's like, don't make her lie. Just let me die.
There's a lot of rhyming.
It was so sad. Like
It's a song.
she tries to reason. She tries to reason with him, saying that she fears his actions and not his face. And then we see this kiss, this very grand kiss happen. It's happening in front of Raoul too. She kisses him out of pity and because of her kindness. And just because of that, he's like, I've seen the error of my ways. He's like, go, leave me. And he lets them leave, and the fucking mob is coming after them because when everybody's scrambling, a mob forms and they're like, get the Phantom.
Kill the beast.
And
Kill
it's-
the beast.
Kill the
Oh my
beast.
god, is that a mosquito?
I can't see.
Sky.
Is it a crane fly?
Oh,
A what? I'm glad this is on video.
A crane fly.
I'm glad this is on video. What the fuck's a crane fly?
Antoine, can you come kill this mosquito? I hate it. Please, it's upstairs.
Where is it?
Right there on the wall. Over there. Grab a shoe. It's right there next to you.
Antoine, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between.
My hero.
Thank you, Antoine.
I love you.
Thank you, Antoine.
Anywho,
That's staying
where were
in.
we?
Okay. What happened? So the mob has formed, kill the beast, and so the Phantom goes into his little lair, and this is where I cried, and I want to explain my actions real quick. He goes into that little monkey with the symbol, and he sings Masquerade to it, and then Christine goes and returns the engagement ring, like, to him as like a final goodbye.
Yes.
And this part always fucking makes me start crying, and it made you cry because I was crying.
You made me cry.
I was like, I always
Antonio, did
ugly
you cry?
sub.
I kind of felt some emotion while everyone was crying. I was like, this is kind of sad because, I mean, he's still a killer and he's still like malformed and whatnot, but it's not his fault.
He just wanted to be loved,
He just wants to be. Here's the thing. I'm not sad that, like, I never was sad that Christine was picking Raoul. I'm like, good. Like, yeah. And I'm not sad.
That was the right choice.
Yeah, that was the
So,
correct
Actually,
choice.
you know what? This is where I like this same part. This is where I started to let go of like my like.
You went through the
tea.
5 stages of
Spill
grief.
the tea.
I did. I came to my acceptance because of like how these next parts go.
Yeah. No, like, for me, it always makes me cry when he's just, like, very innocently singing to that fucking monkey thing and talking about hiding your face so no one finds you. And I just get so sad for that child that, like, was getting abused. And I'm getting teary again. And it always makes me cry.
But two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, because he still kills people.
He does still kill people,
And
but it makes me sad.
He still kills people, and it still seemed like it was a grooming thing. But I think right after he lets them go, and like Christine goes off on the boat with Raul, I was like, oh, I half expected her to fucking die. Like, I was expecting this whole time for her to have died during the fiasco of like the chandelier, or like for some terrible, tragic, like, you know, Raul stabs the guy and it also stabs her sort of nonsense,
Yeah.
you know. But the reality is,
He
everyone
loved
sails
and
off
let
into
go.
the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Even the Phantom.
I thought he was
a couple.
I
even
thought he
the
was
Phantom.
awaiting his death, honestly. I thought he was like, let them come for me, like I don't deserve to live. But then he walked through another two-way mirror, with which he's an inventor of, and he leaves. And yeah, the mob does not find him. Meg Giry, the daughter of Madame Giry, leads the mob, and she's wearing these very
Looking
sexy
hot as
pants
shit.
and like peasant blouse, and I'm just like, ooh. And she sees the monkey too. She sees the symbol, the monkey with the symbols, as Raul did, and like, yeah. Then that's how the story ends there. We flash forward. In between also, Raul does win the bid for the monkey with the symbols over Meg. And then we see him traveling throughout the movie to a place. And of course we see that he's going to the cemetery. And it's the same kind of cemetery that Christine's dad was buried at. But it turns out Christine is the one he's visiting, which is very sad. And he, you know, I guess as one last like memory to her, he puts down the music box with the monkey with the symbols in front of her grave. Beloved wife and mother. So obviously they had children. They lived a long, happy life. She was the Viscountess.
Lived, like, 63 years.
You were shocked.
It was beautiful.
I was like, I was completely shocked because I was like, oh my God, this girl had to have died during this whole thing. Like, he's like reminiscing over a lost flame that, you know, passed away during this great tragedy. I was like, oh, wait, that's his wife.
They had a whole life.
The Viscountess, who he loved.
And I can't believe he like outlived her, which was very sad. But then we turn to the side and we see that her grave has also been visited, with one single flower or rose. As the Phantom has so cleverly left throughout the entire movie, we know it's him. And this rose, typically the ones that he left her, always had this black ribbon around it. And this time it had the engagement ring that she gave back to him, which was very, very moving and sad. When I saw it, I was like, wow, I also can't believe he's still alive.
You're like, he's still living?
He's still alive?
You two are still living.
Exactly. Thank you, Sky. Thank you.
I got Grinch quotes in my pocket.
I keep the motherfucking
And I
thing
love
on
you
it.
for that.
The end.
So that's how the movie ends. Yeah. Like a little postcard of the image of the flower with the ring on it. And that's it.
Woof.
And that left us all kind of emotionally drained. Emotional damage.
Worth a watch?
Oh, absolutely.
Completely.
10 out of 10. Are you kidding me? You haven't seen The Phantom of the Opera? I'm a little obsessed with it now. I kind of want to watch some videos of
I'm
the play.
so shocked.
As it was in Vegas.
I'm
'cause
kinda shocked
For
that
Dahlia to go down her analysis hole.
Here I go.
I'm pleasantly surprised you liked it as much as you did.
I loved it. I think it was so great. I think it gave me new memories too as like an adult. Again, I'm not trying to like
another one?
I can't see.
Yeah.
Antoine! Come back! Yes! Please! Keep an eye on it, guys.
Keep an eye out for
Don't
Selena.
lose it. Oh God! Okay, no, it's up there. Thank you and I love you. I kill the spiders, you kill the mosquitoes. That was our wedding deal.
Special guest star of Mosquitoes.
And welcome to the stage,
Mosquito.
Mosca.
But yes, it was worth a watch, and I will go down a rabbit hole tonight.
Well, I noticed while we were watching it, you two were pretty into it.
Yeah.
I was paying attention.
Dahlia's super,
I
yeah.
was. I think for me, what was hardest was like for a musical, and I think the same thing happened while we were all watching the latest iteration of Cats. There's no catchy songs. It's kind of harder to like latch onto a lyric or so for you to like remember. Like The Worst Pies in London, I can sing over and over and over in my head.
I disagree.
But like,
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I don't have any songs stuck in my head from this movie. That's not a lyric. That is a sound. That is the same thing as like the Harry Potter sound, the Harry Potter theme, or the Jurassic Park theme, or the Imperial March stuck in my head. But like as for lyrical like musicals, I don't have any lyrics stuck in my head, and I'm gonna be hard pressed for the second to last part of how this usually goes.
I think you don't like musicals as much.
I do love a good musical. I love musicals. I just don't. I think this is more score heavy, or like maybe I have because the musicals that I can think of off the top of my head, they all have like at least one lyric you can think of in your head, like Good Morning Baltimore from when we watched Hairspray, or Sweeney Todd has.
So you're
like,
telling me there's not one
you
song
leave
in
here
here
with
that you
nothing.
wouldn't sing a
randomly
lyric
in my
to?
head? No,
Not even.
I can't even like remember the lyrics.
Phantom of the Opera is here. Inside
Not even that?
Your mind.
That's
So
not,
then you didn't like
that's not
you
cool.
d't like this movie as much.
not
The
as
song-
Because I'll
Songs
tell you
didn't
something.
hit.
The musicals that I don't like a song from, I don't really like. Like, what is it, Les Miserables? Yeah. I don't really like that movie.
Oh.
And there's not a single song in there I could sing to you right
Damn,
now.
dude, not
Hear the
even-
people sing.
Singing the
dreamed a
sounds of
dream.
angry men.
See?
Okay.
So I don't
maybe
think you
that's-
liked it as much.
That is such a what a valid
What an
observation.
interesting observation.
What a
Thank
great
you for that.
observation. Because I don't have a single lyric, and I was mad for a lot of this movie because I latched onto the whole grooming thing really early, and I was like,
That's fair.
and I was like, I'm gonna just like sit on this for a while and see how this really plays out. And then I was pleasantly surprised at the very end, like we talked about, that I was like, what?
Because every musical I have liked, there is always one song at least.
That
Like,
you can sing.
even Cats, I'm like, memories. in the moon. Like,
That's-
there's
And a skimble
Maybe I
shakes the
don't like
railway
Cats
cat.
or this that much.
Jellicle cats.
skin bullshit.
The railway cat.
Maybe I
I also
don't.
love tap dancing, so that one was a really big one for me.
Da, da, da.
That's a hot take, and I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Wait,
I don't.
wait, wait, it's true, 'cause
I
I-
mean, I
Get-
don't. Okay, so if the question is worth a watch, I 100% will say, yeah, sit down, watch it, la di da di da. Maybe just move past the slightly pedophiliac tendencies. By all means, keep the murder, but
Keep the murder.
Can I also toss in my hot take as we're discussing some things that
Sure.
we latched onto or did not like? Like at some point I had made this comment where I was just like, everybody deserves to be loved, right? Like even if people who, are born the way that they're born, disfigured or whatever, but I'm just like Quasimodo also was born disfigured and he deserved love and he didn't get it. But he wasn't a
He
murderer.
was a good person, and he said, "Okay."
In the Disney one.
okay,
Yep, that's true.
Like, you guys kept saying that, and I was like,
I was
the
like,
Disney
yeah,
one.
true.
Disney has
I only watched the
let's
films.
say romanticized a lot of stories that has that I don't know
Disney's
how the
Hunchback
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Of
he
Notre Dame.
he did not murder,
But I didn't do
How
good
does the
things.
actual book go?
but he did not do good things. He
In
would.
the
I'm
book,
sure he
it's-
would have liked to keep other people. Let's say Disney version. Yeah, I was like, but everybody do deserve to be loved. Just, I'm glad that he also learned the error of his ways. I think that was also
I think
very
that was really,
amazing
like-
at the end.
At the end.
It doesn't forgive, but it does compensate for a lot of the wrongs for people to move on and have closure.
Hotcast?
Yeah.
It's a lukewarm cast.
What the fuck? This movie was one of the ones
I
that made me
think
buy. Emmy!
Oh,
Everyone was hot. I don't know what fucking talking about. Gerard Butler and Emmy fucking made me fucking gay. Gay. Patrick looked good. I don't know what you want me to say. Fucking bada bing bada boom. They're fucking gay.
Emmy Rossum
Love.
definitely shines, and I think Meg looked really good in that outfit that everyone wanted to point out.
Okay. What about costume design and location? I think I already answered that for myself. Loved.
Oh yeah, it's very beautiful for the period that it's in, and I'm a really big fan of that red suit.
Oh yeah, the Phantom's red
Yeah,
suit.
the costuming's delicious. It's so good. So good.
Gorgeous.
Soundtrack.
We skipped
Yeah.
over soundtrack/score.
Soundtrack and score, of course, this score is amazing.
Even though you didn't find any of them memorable.
That's not part of the score. That's part of the soundtrack.
Zam.
All of it was mostly sung.
I understand that, but I didn't find a single lyric that I can recite to you right now.
That is so weird.
That's
yeah.
so bizarre. Okay. I thought soundtrack and score were amazing. All good sounds, all good songs. I
Oh,
can't remember any lyrics, but I remember a lot of the tunes, and I could probably like hop in and out of them because this is my first time listening to them.
Yeah.
Really,
Do you have a favorite song?
yeah, the Sure the Love song, but also the
Yeah,
Phantom.
I know
Phantom of
this.
the
I know
Opera's
that it's
here.
that song that they sing on the rooftop between those two. That is my favorite song. But do I know any of the words in it? No.
And also Angel of Music. It's hard toss up, but definitely number one. Definitely the song on the roof.
If you had to take a shot every time someone said "Angel of Music," you'd die.
Or Christine?
Christine!
Christine. Anyway, I love the soundtrack. I love this fucking soundtrack. I love this fucking soundtrack. I always forget how 80s the Phantom of the Opera song is. It's very 80s.
Totes.
Oh yeah,
the
that one
electric
song.
guitar
Oh, I forgot that. Like
In
just
there,
went-
I was like, ooh,
Yeah, I'm like,
Aged.
it's so good.
Yes.
Ketzel, what's your favorite song?
Well, this goes into my favorite quotes, and my favorite song and my favorite quote is the entirety of All I Ask of You, which is the rooftop song. I think it's such a sweet and very beautiful song. It's mine. Yours is which one?
You know, watching this now, I was like, oh, this is my favorite song. And then the next song would play and I'd be like, no, it's like you with the Hairspray.
Yeah.
I was like, this song's a good song. Now this song's a good
this.
song. Now this one, because I really liked All I Ask of You. I love Masquerade. Like, just everything about that, the song, the lyrics, the performance itself. But I really love Past the Point of No Return.
The final
It's
threshold.
sexy. It's a sexy song. And the
Those-
way they both sing it, I was like, oof,
Huh? These are all songs.
woof.
So much power.
And I like Think of Me too. I think that one was really good. You said you got goosebumps when she started singing.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
Think of me sometimes.
yeah. That's the glittery moment. It's beautiful. She's beautiful. So, you guys have any quotes? I'm gonna assume that's a no from Antonio. Anyone else?
Sing for me.
Sing to me.
Yeah, I'm like trying. Like, I didn't really like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like, keep your hand at the level of your
Yeah.
eye. I was like, okay.
Don't get moida.
Smart.
And do you guys think it was worth the hype of it being the longest running fucking Broadway show and one of the biggest musicals of all time?
Yeah. I think it's worth the
Absolutely.
hype. I just don't think it's for me. It's like people saying like, "Oh, I don't really like Star Wars," even if they've watched it afterwards. And they're like, "Yeah, it's a really good movie," but I don't think I'm gonna sit down and be like, "Ooh, let's watch a Phantom of the Opera" anytime soon.
If you're
I will.
not if you're not a musical lover, I don't know how you'll love it because it's like a 2-hour movie, so if you can't stand it, you're not going to. But if you're a musical lover, it is absolutely worth the hype. It is probably one of the most iconic of the musicals. It is one of those that you're like, I can't believe I didn't watch that sooner. You know, and like it's just one of the top ones. I'm glad that I watched it again because now I'm going to think about it from time to time. Poor Christine.
My sister
She lived a good life.
was telling me the other day she was like caught in traffic in San Diego, and she was playing the Phantom of the Opera song. And you know when like Christine's hitting all those high notes and stuff. And I told Juice guys, she was like in her car just waiting, and she was trying to like hit all the notes. And she's like, I must look like a complete insane person to anyone next to me. My mouth is just gaping open.
Good. That's how you get better at singing. Car karaoke.
Yes, very that.
It brings back so many
It
memories
really
watching
does.
it too.
I'll always love it. It reminds me so much of Teenage Us, and why I love musicals. This is one of the my first like loved musicals.
Yeah, this and Moulin Rouge were like two that me and Lindsay watched together, like around the same time. So it's very they're very formative for me.
I love it.
Our moms would hate it, but you know.
Oh, absolutely.
We've made that very
Maybe
clear
that's
before.
why. I think I'm becoming your mother's.
Now, just now.
But you like Sweeney Todd.
I do like Sweeney Todd. Does your mom hate Sweeney Todd?
My mom
All
hates musicals.
musicals.
She's like, I don't get why they have to
That's
sing.
my mom,
they can
too.
just talk.
Like, why are they breaking out a song again?
Yeah. And me and Lindsay are like, because they're filled with such emotion. They have to sing what's in their hearts.
They're telling us a story.
And my mom's like, yeah, okay.
Keep it in your pants, Casanova.
Oh, God.
That concludes this episode of Sit Down Loser. We're watching a movie. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye,
Bye,
losers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Together forever.
Oh my God.
You're chained to me.
Chained to me.
Chained to me. Oh, I forgot about that part. I think
your
I'm
favorite quote.
actively deleting things as we go.
Jesus Christ.
And
Scene.
scene.